everything was good at Hyrule Castle, suddenly a lot of malice had appeared, and then there's a type of a box which was actually kind of moving. It seemed to have fell from an earthquake a little bit, and it suddenly just fell down. Suddenly, its blue eye has been awakened. It started to get out of the box, and then he heard the earthquake. It looks like it had been another earthquake and an earthquake. He felt very worried, so he hurried up and smashed the door out, and he looked outside. Everything was full of malice and guardians. The guardians were much bigger, and they looked red, and the little guardian knows everything, and he knows that Clementi Ganon has been come back from Princess Zelda's birth. And then he can saw Princess Zelda trying to steal with all of her mighty power to steal the greatest calamity away. She tried and tried and tried, but she cannot. The great calamity Ganon is too powerful because of the blood moon. The little guardian had no choice but to use his secret song to make a time travel portal. But again, the earthquake had come. The guardian had fell down from the stairs. So he decided to look up, and he saw a guardian just entered out of nowhere. It was really bad for him. He decided to do something, so he had no choice. But then the guardian just actually shooted at the little guardian. The little guardian had no choice but to just jump right into the time-through portal. And then the guardian shooted some malice balls inside there, and it looked pretty bad. And it looked like when they were there, King Rome was over there and showing their soldiers what they have to do. After that, a brave soldier called Link was actually seeing the little guardian, but it looked like he was out and passed away again. Then he saw a woman was carrying an iPad or a tablet, but she was actually carrying Sheikah's slate. She was actually in a rush, and a lot of monsters were chasing her. Her name was Impa, and then she told to Link, "You, help!" But then she dropped the Sheikah slate. Link had to grab it, and suddenly a blank of the symbol of the Sheikah slate just opened, and then bam, an earthquake came at the Hyrule field. And it looks like the little guardian had been awakened. The monsters felt the earthquake too, but they actually didn't give up. They just still get to kill Impa, and then bam, a tower just came from the ground, and then it just started rising, and bam. I think all of the monsters were dead, absolutely dead. And then Impa saw the guardian. They were trying to solve it out. After that, they finally went to the castle, and then they found the Princess Zelda. And still, she was actually sad because she doesn't know how to awaken her power. She tried all of her mighty best what she can do, but still, she cannot do anything. She all tried to do her stuff to steal the calamity away and make her power awaken, but whatever she tries, she cannot. And still, she walked to the entrance, and she saw Link and Impa. The little guardian just went near to her, but Link catched him. Impa showed her the Sheikah slate, and the symbol was actually lighting blue. Just then, they decided to go to Robbie and Robbie's assistant. When they get over there, they saw some zombies and monsters and guardians. One guardian was pointing at Princess Zelda's head, but Link just used his shield to protect Princess Zelda. Before that happened, they tried to get to the lab, but suddenly monsters came. It looks like it's really bad. So they had no choice again but to fight. Link defeated the Guardian and the zombies, but then they have to rush to the lab. Then Robbie was in excitement and he said, "We got a new Guardian!" Robbie was excited that he did his movement. And then Pura came, which was actually Robbie's assistant, and she got the Sheikah slate. And then she said, "Oh yeah, check it out." Then Pura handed the Sheikah slate to the princess, and then they saw everything what happened in the Guardian's memory. You guys know what happened, right? Then they were in surprise that the Age of Calamity had ruined everything. Then Zelda wasn't worried, but then she said that the Calamity Ganon will be sealed away forever. This will not happen. After that, they agreed to Pura and Robbie. They decided to go back to the castle and to meet the King Roam. And it looks like he was worried about his daughter, Princess Zelda. But still, he was sure he can still make sure that Impa and Link will protect his daughter. And he's really thinking that if the relic, which was actually the little guardian, and then Zelda just agreed, and then it looks like that the king give her something that she needs to do her quest. And it looks like when they get over there, they went to the Gerudo town, and some Gerudo guardians had begun to get them. As all, Impa was carrying the little guardian, and Zelda, Link, and Impa was actually running and trying to hide from them. They thought why they will actually attack us. And then Zelda said Urbosa. She might be able to explain everything if we reach her. When we got there, Urbosa was on her throne, and then Zelda said Urbosa, but the guardians will not let her go to Urbosa. She asked the question, why are you doing this? And then Urbosa said, to imprint your destiny, of course, Princess Zelda. But actually, Urbosa will never say that to her. She'll usually say little bird except for Princess Zelda. Of course, after when the fake Urbosa tried to kill Princess Zelda, the real Urbosa just went into her palace, and then she just clipped, and then bam, some electricity just actually got it into the fake Urbosa, and then she got shocked. Her eyes were white, and then she fell on the ground with a not known memory. Urbosa finally came, but then something like some strange paper written stuff was actually coming out of the fake Urbosa, and then it looks like that that guy was Master Kunga, one of the Liga clan guys, which was actually trying to summon Clemente Ganon to reborn. This shall never happen. After that, they defeated Master Kunga, but then another guy had come with a two-sword. Urbosa protected them, but it looks like that Master Kunga said out his name, and it looks like they were talking about bananas. It looks like Suga was actually one of the part of the evil guys. So Suga had no choice but to fight, but then he said that I think it's time to retreat. But Rosa said, I think not. But then Suga and Master Kunga just left, and it looks like a strange Giga Clan just came out of nowhere from the sand. And so the Giga Clan Guardians just ran out to go back to their place. And then they went to the kingdom of Zora. It looks like that everywhere was just water. The king of the Zora was actually thinking that if the divine beast will pilot as his daughter, but actually he said no, because because the guy who sealed the darkness is still not appearing yet. I know it was. Everybody knows it was sad, but the king still agreed that it would not be a good time to bring his daughter to the right time for that. So he disagreed that his daughter Mifa should pilot the divine beast Varuda. Mifa was with Link, and she thinks that Link has been grown up. After that, a soldier came to Princess Mifa, and then he said some monsters from Plymouth Mountain, and it's coming straight over here. And then Mifa was in bad spot, and then the guardian, and then the guy which was actually near them actually got confused. He thought that they were with the little Prince Sidon, and then Mifa just got a bad thought, and she said, Sidon is missing? Then Link agreed that they should find, that Mifa and the others should find Sidon. Princess Mifa told the soldier that they will find Sidon. He has to go to represent and protect Zora. So he agreed, and then he went to the king. After that, Mifa getted her trident, and then she went off with the others to find Sidon. Bam! They found Sidon. It looks like he was fighting a horse guy. It looked pretty bad. And then they started to fight the horse guy. After the horse guy was defeated, they saw Sidon was hiding from a tree. Of course, he's a kid. So he was hidden until Mifa found him. She was so worried about him, and then she said the question, why were you fighting that beast alone? But still, she was proud of him. After that, they went back to Zora, and then the king said Mifa attend. Then Mifa agreed, and then the king agreed that she should pilot the divine beast Varuda. But she has to make a promise. She has to come back. After that, they went to a snowy place which there was a snowy storm. It looks like Link and the little garden was still trying to find a Rito warrior which can help them. And then some Rito warriors found them, and then it started to report to the guy which was leading them. His name was Rivali, and then he said, Rito Village is my home. When I'm here, you won't get any closer. He went outside of the porch of his balcony, and then he started with a wind of a blight. When he got over there, he got his bomb arrows ready, and then it looks like that he's going to fight Link. It was a bad fight, and then suddenly Zelda appeared out of the entrance, and then bam, they stopped fighting. So Rivali told everything what happened. Monsters were leading by an unknown guardian, and it looks like it's attacking Rito Village. Now Zelda understands it, and then the Rito warrior Rivali told them that they will need all of his might, all of his skills to do it. To pilot the divine beast Vamedo. After that, they went to the volcano place. It was actually very hot over there. It looks like that they met Daruk, and then he was agreed to help them. Also, Daruk was in a problem. Just still, the divine beast, which was actually the fire guy, was still bad. It's a bad place right now. He told them that the monsters were literally crawling a lot of place on this mountain. Only the bravest ones can go up there right now. And then Daruk proudly said, and so that's why it's us. Then Zelda nervously said, yes. After that, they climbed up to this mountain, and then they decided to kill the monsters which has been crawling around. Then they finally reached the divine beast, and then bam, they finally did it. And then they went to the Koroko forest. Vamedo was at top of it, but top of the sky. But actually, Vamedo was actually a bird. So they went over there to Koroko forest. And then finally they saw asteroid over there, which is actually holding a planet which looks like something which is causing some malice. When they got over there, they actually saw an Koroko. It looks like his name was Hestu, the guy who makes some songs which has the noisy macaros. And then he said, and then he sadly said, I would love to go home by myself, but mean monsters are in the forest. I can't pass through them. The Rivali meanly said, if you don't have, you can just sneak around them if you don't have those noisy macros. Urbosa friendly said, look, guy, we are in business of this place. If you lead us to the place of the great tree, then we can hold off the monsters for you. Then, and then Hestu happily said, really, woohoo, and that case, follow. Rivali was known to be left alone. When Zelda and Link got there, but the others were actually left behind. Then they saw asteroid, and then with a strange guy was something strange. And then some malice guys were just actually the champions of the 4 places which piloted the divine beast. Actually, they turned malice. It looks like it's that they were fighting, and then Link got out of power, and then Asteroid told the Malice guys to kill her. But suddenly in the blue bright, a sword appeared. It turns out to become a Master Sword. Link got the Master Sword out, and then they defeated the whole darkness, and then they saw the great tree. Then the great tree explained why there was the blue light and the sword. After that was explained, they went to another place. And another place, and then they went to the Hyrule Castle. It looks like after that, and then everybody and Hyrule warriors and the Yiga clan was with them. And then Zelda told everybody that now she will be in their lead. And then they said that we shall not fond despair. And now it looks like the Yiga clan trusted them. So it looks like now Apura actually fixed the Sheikah towers. And now the power's restored back. Now they can just go anywhere by using the Sheikah slate. It looks like it was starting to be good. They went into Hyrule Castle, but first they went to the Hyrule Chapel. When they got there, they saw the king, Roam. Zelda was worried the whole time because her dad was exploded by a guardian, but he was still all right. Zelda's dad told everything what happened. It was a pleasant gift, which was actually a relic from a long time ago, which Zelda gave her dad. It looks like it turned into a blue stuff, and then it turned into a shield. It looks like it's starting to not be blue anymore. And then the soldiers and King Rome run away. And they still went to Hyrule Castle, and then they fighted the Blight Cannons. The Blight Cannons revived out of nowhere. And then they finally defeat the Asteroid and Harbinger Ganon, and then bam, the little guardian actually got controlled mind by the greatest calamity Ganon.